Okay. There you go. No, I don't know what was going on with that one, but yeah. All right. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes until some people start popping up, but uh, pretty much what's going on that you guys haven't seen me. Quite a bit. Right now, I am working on getting my or getting a coworker's iMac installed and with the latest and greatest of the old firmware. It's Ventura, and yeah, just a lot of things have been going on this weekend. Kind of a little depressing. Uh, my dog passed away. For people that don't really know, I had the dog for 9 years now. Um, yeah, just very rough times. But I figured I'd hop on here and we have conversations. I may or may not be as entertaining or as joyful as I've always am. Just a lot of things on my mind, but like I said, I have plenty of time to kill today, and I need to get this iMac up and running. So yeah, that's where we're at. So far, I got like an hour on the clock till what's it called? Everything's installed. I got plenty of stuff to do while we wait for this as I chat with you guys. So yeah, so yeah, it's just been very fun lately in my household. Yeah, just yeah. Happened yesterday for people that are wondering. Yeah, just one big fun time here. But yeah, trying to get this iMac running and up to date. Like I said, trying to get this all stuff done. It is an hour on the clock. There, like I said, I have plenty of stuff to do on this iMac, and I'm actually thinking about because right now I'm using my Mac Mini. For people that don't know, I have a Mac Mini. Is a what is it? The first of is the A1 chip. So I think it's 2020 or 2019 was the one that I got, and it needs an update too. And the hard drive space in this thing is abysmal. But I'm actually thinking about hooking it up to my capture card and putting it on the screen so we guys can have some sort of fun. But at the same time, uh, there has been a bit of gaming news, and I think that we should probably go through it and talk about it while we wait. What is it? There was one story that I absolutely wanted to talk about. Excuse me. Let me this. So I got this the Bluetooth behemoth right here, right? And I like the thing because it allows me to connect three different devices at once and just swap back and forth. But for some odd reason, the Bluetooth in this thing sucks. Like it's always disconnecting and reconnecting. So I'm just gonna basically put this in USB mode and then just go with there because it's kind of obnoxious. Okay, now I got that back where it needs to be. It kind of constantly like disconnects, reconnects, that sort of thing. So it just absolutely irritates me to no end. So we are going to. I'm gonna actually flop this. Well, that thing is downloading and all that. Like I said, we got like an hour to go. Got like 12 gigs to download. I am going to swap this back to two screens, and let the Mac do its thing in the background. And we're gonna talk about some stuff, right? There was the big Xbox showcase that took place. What was it about? I think last week or so, and that was pretty interesting to say the least. And I think we should start with that one because like that's the most the thing that's stuck in my head the most, right? I should say it's the thing that's in my head the most. So, let's see. It should be on. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay. Actually, you know what? Should I do it? Yeah, it was about like 2 weeks ago, and yeah. But there is one thing that I do want to talk about, and that actually reminds me of it. So I'm gonna play the clip. You guys can see what I'm talking about, and then we can go from there. And I think it is. Let's see. I think it's this way. That's what we're doing this. Showcase. Yeah, there you go. That it's actually that way. So it is this thing here, right? Uh, so I'm gonna do that. I am going to, like I said, I wasn't 100% prepared to come on today. Like I really just didn't want to be honest. But the show must go on. But there was, like I said, there was some stuff that I did want to talk to you guys about, and this was one of them. So we're gonna talk about this one. I'm gonna play the clip, and then we can go from there, right? So it's this guy here. And for all that did not know, this was Xbox's handheld that they kind of announced out of nowhere. Which there was evidence that it was going to be a thing, but then it kind of wasn't a thing. So not gonna lie, this was pretty clean. This was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably off beat. All right. So that was that was what Xbox has showcased, right? They showcased their little handheld, and like I said, it's a pretty cool concept. It's a pretty cool design. Everything about it is flawless except one little thing, and that is pricing. Pricing, my friend. It this year is going to be everything that I pretty much complain about is going to be pricing, and it's not for the fact because I saw a bunch of people saying in the comment section in one of the other little shorts that I picked up, and it was about the $80 game fiasco, where people were saying that it's because you probably can't afford it, and I can. I don't want to. It shouldn't cost this much. Nothing in this world should be costing this much. Yeah, that's my whole argument with this thing is it's overpriced. It's overpriced. Like I'm telling you, anything they throw at this thing is going to be wildly overpriced. Like the 1 terabyte hard drive. How many we can go on Amazon right now and you can look up a 1 terabyte hard drive, and whatever they're paying for it or whatever they're selling it for or on sale, it's overpriced. Like my day job is a purchaser. Like I buy materials for us to make stuff at my job. And you know, you have to add the work or the workers, the raw materials and everything like that, and it still shouldn't be as expensive as what you're seeing on the screen. So like let's say 1 terabyte SSD. I'm gonna put it up on the screen real quick. What is it? M.2, right? And I don't want to hear, oh, the massive speed. You're gonna take a hit. It's not that fast. Well, it doesn't really fucking matter. In all honesty. Okay. So right here, right? Ignore all of this. I have other people using my thing. So right here, we got $100 on this damn on this damn thing. I guarantee all in all, manufacturing and everything like that, that is not the price. Because remember, all corporations have to take some sort of cut somewhere around this. If it was me, I'm pretty sure that this thing probably costs $30 to $40 to manufacture, and they're juicing the price up. Maybe worst case scenario, it's probably $50. Like it's probably $50 because I'm gonna show you guys something real quick for all the naysayers that want to say, what is a surface mount? No, what is it? NAM? Yeah, NAND chip. There you go, NAND chip. Where is it? Okay. So, all right. Now we go back to showcase, right? So this is DigiKey, right? I and I'm also showing you this because I also used to used to work at places that would manufacture boards and stuff like that. So this is on a consumer, like this is on a consumer level because most corporations will negotiate these prices. That chip, the most expensive chip out of all of these chips that is on this board, if I buy 230 of them, right, it's going to cost me about $27. I'm showing you guys this on purpose, right? This one is a more expensive one, and I want to do this on purpose. So let's say 1,000, right? It's $26, guys. If I have a negotiation with this company right here or DigiKey to lower the prices, if I buy, let's say 50,000 of them, yeah, that's about it, right? Ignore this price right here, and we lower this down. I can probably get them to talk it down to like $15 or something like that, and we'd be perfectly fine. But even in a quantity of one, this is $31. The most expensive chip on this thing is $31, right? and then all the small components. So like let's say a 15 mega ohms, or 15 ohms I should say, resistor, which they're mostly what you're going to be using on here. No, that's not what I want. I forgot what it is. Like 5 ohm resistor. Like we're gonna do this together because, like I said, a lot of people, yeah, surface mount chip resistors. Like if we bought 10,000 of these, it's a fraction of a penny, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like this was 10 cents, and you're gonna roughly have about 20 of these, to be honest. Eh. So like, see, it's $300. Like these things are a dime a dozen, but because you're manufacturing multiple boards on multiple stuff, it's not uncommon that like you'll have this many of them, 5 million of them just sitting in a roll. But again, I'm going to negotiate all of this, and I can negotiate it a lot cheaper than what you guys are thinking here, and get it down to like, look, 5 million of them is a fraction of a penny. Like I want people to actually start thinking about this in the eyes of gigantic production, where all this stuff is relatively cheap in the long run, long term of this. Nothing that you're going to be spending on electronics, consumables, anything, because they all use the same components. They're all fractions of a penny. These people are overcharging on all this stuff because they can, and because most people don't know this common knowledge where they're just going to feed into it. People that dig a little bit deeper into this and know this stuff, especially, you know, my DIYers in the electronics department or whatever, you know, like a Raspberry Pi, these are all the same components. Like that surface mount resistor is pretty close to this little yellow guy right here. If I could get that to zoom in, or yeah, it's one of the little resistors that's on here. And we're paying fractions of a penny on this thing on all consumer boards. Where's my other one? Hold on. Like I have another board right here, right? This is on a Zebra. This is on my Zebra scanner. This is the old one. I used to use this one, or I tried to use this one. I didn't know that the manufacturer locks the firmware, so you can't update it or anything like that. And yeah, this is the same board. This is pretty much the same board. Like if I turn these things around, the shape is the only thing that you can identify and just like where stuff are. But for the most part, they're using all the same components. Like the resistors are all the same, even though this one has multiple resistors on it and this one does not. You're pretty much using the same resistors. Like if I needed to repair boards and I found a broken board, I can take those resistors and pretty much put two of these together, and nobody would be wiser on what I'm doing and how to fix stuff. I used to do this for a living, and it's nuts to me because, like I said, you know, I really wish this would. Okay, that's somewhat, because I can't get it any better than that. I don't need you to. Don't focus on me, guys. All right, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, it's literally all the same components. Like it doesn't matter. I can mix and match. They're going to do the same thing. Most resistors are in a specific range, and if I multimeter most of these out, I'm probably going to get the same stuff. If this board went bad or this board went bad, I could take components from either one, mix and match, and pretty much get it back to running or as close to perfect as possible. If you guys see a lot of like repair videos, yeah, it's mostly what they do. I used to do it a bunch. I'd take old laptops that were broken that I can get at fractions because they were older. I'd take components off of those and remake boards and sell them as refurbs, or take old refurb boards that the power supply has burnt out. Take parts from those, mix and match, and make brand new boards. I used to do this for a living, so I pretty much know where I'm looking at. In all things tech, I've pretty much done it, and in a professional environment, from programming, hardware, server grade stuff. I've done it all. These things are really not worth what they're costing, because mostly the manufacturing, which would be the most expensive, is usually not as expensive as you guys think, because they spend a buttload of this in overseas manufacturing, and that money is fractions compared to what we're doing. So yeah, like it's not worth all this money. I know I'm going off a tangent, but I want you guys as consumers to understand that most of the stuff that you buy is not worth its weight in gold. If you guys actually saw the raw numbers on this stuff, mostly you want like a 50 to 60% return on anything that you sell, because why not? Like, if you could get like 30, you'd be fine. But you know, everything else after that is pretty much gravy. But you want to stay that, 30 to 45% markup. Anything, like I said, anything more than that, but usually it's like 50 to 60%, so you can buy your shit. Like, if you ever played Roblox, and this is so funny to me because it ties in so well. If you ever played Roblox, and one of my favorite games is Retail Tycoon, everything that you sell in that game is about 50% higher than what you do. So for every one that you sell, you can buy two. That's what you want. You want to be able to replace what you bought and then keep some extra. It's not hard. Because that's how economics works. But like I'm trying to say is, the Ally, this so-called unicorn Xbox device, I think it's in the what is it? Ally Xbox X, I think it is. I said Ally. So right here, where's the pricing? I'm pretty sure it's like $1,000 or so. Oh, we haven't said the pricing on this, but it has to be. It has to be like close to like $1,000 or whatever. Okay, let's grab the name. Okay, so it's about $700, right? Is expected, and it's currently priced at $800, and it was expected to be $700. That is fucking insane. Like I said, and it's not just because it's a pricing thing. It's the fact that most corporations are so fucking out of touch because they're trying to earn as much money as possible. And now you have two companies. One, what is it? One that already made a handheld because, like, what is it? What was the price of the Ally, right? The ROG Ally, right? Yeah, the base model's $500, right? You want everybody to pretty much get their hands on money. So what they did was that they doubled the price of the fucking handheld, right? They doubled it, and then said, oh, or it took about $100 off the doubling of the price, right? And then told everybody, oh yeah, man, you got two companies trying to take money off of it. So I'm 100% sure Asus is like, you know what? I'm gonna try to make as much money as I can, like I did on the original one. And then we gotta up the price because it's a special edition. Microsoft needs their cut for licensing, and then now, bada bing, bada boom, yeah, you got it at retail. So now everybody's happy. Everybody's making cuts off of this damn thing. And most people, unfortunately, will fall for it and buy this thing because, it's an Xbox handheld and I need it. I need my fix. When, in all actual honesty, the shit's not fucking worth $8 for it. Like, even the Switch too, the shit. I'm gonna keep harping on that one because fuck Nintendo. That shit is not worth the fucking money. And there's so many people out there that are still like, they're still, I don't know, diehard, like, I don't know. They're like diehard for this thing. And like I said, I'm a Nintendo junkie. Like, everything Nintendo I fucking own. I bought the Vita. I thought it was a very good investment. And I didn't buy the base one either. I bought the one that, you pop a SIM card into it and you could play whatever you want. I still have the damn thing. Like, that's how much invested to Sony I was. Because I was like, oh man. And when it came out, I played the games. I did the PlayStation Plus and got all the free games for it. I bought a buttload of games for it. But I mostly used it for remote play. Because for those that did not know, New York City, where I worked, it was Union Square, all right? It had free Wi-Fi. I didn't put a fucking SIM card in it. I just bought that one because at the time, it was when they first did the price drop for it, and it was cheaper. I was like, oh man, they're trying to offload these things that is cheaper. Got the AT&T SIM card into it. I give two shits. I got free Wi-Fi basically everywhere I go. I popped the what was it? I popped on the free Wi-Fi, and while I was walking home, and I mean this, walking home from 14th Street to Brooklyn, hey, I was playing Destiny. I was playing Destiny on my way home until I couldn't go on the Wi-Fi anymore, and I get kicked off. So from 14th Street all the way to Canal, I'm just playing video games. It kicked me off for like 2 minutes. I get to the next block, it popped me back on the free Wi-Fi, and I keep going. I ain't no hotspot, no nothing. I don't need all that. I can remote play. I was doing this for the longest. But like I said, none of these game consoles, or at this moment, nothing consumer electronics is worth this amount of money, hassle, headache. It's just, it's not fucking worth it. I don't care what no one says. You can lambast me. This could be my hot take, but no electronic, no nothing is worth this amount of money. I don't care. 555 or 500 or yeah, 550 for a goddamn game console. No. Even the Series X was also overpriced in my opinion. The PlayStation, as much as I like my PlayStation, it was overpriced. It was overpriced. I have one. It's sitting right there, right next to me in my little server cage. It's fucking overpriced. I could give two shits. All of this shit is just overpriced. My Mac Mini, I paid like $1,000 for it, just so I could try to finish my game and upload it to Apple with the $100 fucking price tag. It's overpriced. That's where we're at. Just everything is overpriced. And I know I'm no different than anybody else. I fall for it sometimes. But at this point, I'm trying my hardest not to, and I'm trying to advise people. This shit is overpriced. It needs to stop. We need to get to the point where we all have some sort of unity and collectively boycott or just get them to stop doing this shit. because it's just too much at this point. I don't know if anybody realizes this, but it's too much. We shouldn't be paying these prices for this type of stuff. I know it's a lot. I got to get the stuff off my chest because, like I said, it pisses me off. Absolutely pisses me off that most of these game companies and most of these publishers and most of these people in existence will do this to everyone. They'll just overprice everybody and price gouge, and then nobody gives two shits. Wasn't prepared to get into a rant, but Lord. Okay. There was some other stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I don't remember now. Just the pricing of shit pisses me off. What's that one? That says ruin PS5 and the PlayStation brand. Lame. Let's see how far we have on this update. Like I said, I'm trying to get my mind off of stuff and get things that I need to get done. But I do think I should talk to you guys about what's going on with the game. Because I did make some updates and some progress. I know that doesn't happen far too often, but I did. And it's actually significant. Let me swap this in 1 second. Okay. Oh. Let me log into the Mac. Hold on. Oh, we got like 17 minutes or so. Okay. Okay, hold on. Like I said, I'm trying to do all this and... Okay. All right. Like I said, there has been actual significant progress made on the front of... What is it? The game or whatever. And I think I should talk about it while I wait for this thing to download and finish. I got 16 minutes left. Okay. So let's talk about the game. That has not been a thing in quite a while. I'm kind of ashamed to admit it, but I was pretty much stalled. I got to the point where it was a bit of burnout. Or, yeah, it was burnout. The game was overwhelming for the amount of stuff that I needed to get done. And I know that I need to get this stuff done. But at the same time, I do have a household to take care of. I have a lot of things to do. It doesn't stop. Like, every day I don't have enough time to be here and dedicate to it. So what I've been doing is working at work, like at my lunch breaks, and trying to get everything done and taken care of. But, you know, an hour lunch break is not enough time to be working on stuff and making significant enough progress. When things weren't falling apart in this house, I had all the free time in the world and I would work on it, but I also had a side job for people that weren't unaware. And that took up all my free time. And now we're at the point where I can actually work on it again and get stuff done. Like, for people that did not know, the game is playable. The stuff that's not working are the background stuff. Like, there's still some stuff that I need to add that I have not added yet. And there's still a lot of things that need to be done, but ooh, excuse me, there is a significant amount of stuff that has been that is done. So I'm going to show you, if I can get this thing to switch back, what has gotten done. Yeah, no, I was right. I don't know why. Come on, stupid mouse. Okay, there you go. Okay. So, let me load all this stuff up and I'll show you exactly what's gotten done. And I'll give you guys a sneak peek of what's coming around the pipeline. Yeah, it takes a minute because just the sheer amount of stuff that needs to load. It's not just the game, because like I said, the game is functional. Like if I wanted right now, I could add like one more character and just work on what is it, the ad portion, because there is going to be ads, but it's not what you guys think. It's more reward ads. Like you watch this one ad after you lose all your lives, and you can get one extra life if you just watch it, or you can ignore it. You know, that type of thing. We have 2 working planes with stats. I have enemies with stats and a little more logic, so it has some sort of artificial intelligence or AI for you guys that didn't know. Oh man, this is ignoring. This is killing me with the. Hold on. Okay. All right. Okay. So is that okay? That's working over there. All right. I gotta load up some more stuff. So like I said, give me a second. But like if I wanted, I could just load up or work on adding a couple more planes, and then how you unlock them and make them lockable or unlockable, and I'd pretty much be done. Like in all honesty, I'd pretty much be done. I could put it up and it'd be fine. I have cloud save enabled, so it does save to the cloud, and you can pulls to the cloud automatic. You don't even really have to do anything. It loads everything. It works. But the portion that I need to get done is the website stuff. And that is what's holding me up right now. The website stuff. And I know a lot of people are going to say, but what does a website have to do with the game? And in all honesty, it has a lot to do with the game. It has. I have my own version of cloud save, right? Like I added unities and I put it in there mostly for, this ease of use. So it automatically saves over there. But, the unique feature of all of my games going forward is that if you have one game cloud or autosave enabled, but you also have to, you have to log into my website and create your own account there, like a PlayStation Network, you can get content for future games as well as past games on this various linking of accounts. And I want you guys more into my ecosystem versus their ecosystems. So by doing that, yes, it is annoying, like on my end, just because of all the amount of programming that I have to do. But once it's done for one game, this will no longer be a thing where I have to, I'm working harder than what I need to. Once this feature is enabled, like I said, I can basically take the code, reuse it, and just keep it going. And that's where I'm almost at. So I want to show you guys what is pretty much there that you guys haven't seen yet. So let's swap the screen and let's do this, right? So this is the website, right? If you guys have not seen it, you know, this is my website, right? But this is a dummy one because I'm not using my real credentials or anything like that. So, you know, everything's basically bland, right? So I go to profile, right? So now users have their own profile. I have a working friends list. Ignore this because like I was testing stuff, right? So there's a working friends list. Oh, that means now you can add your friends. I can go to, where is it? Test. Oh, see, look, I can add that friend. I can go in here. You can see their friends list. I go into badges. Oh, there's a badge list. Oh, wait, what's going on? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I can go in here. I can look. Oh, wait, look, they got badges. That means that, oh, they played this game, and there's 2 games that they played. Oh man, I can add them as a friend. Oh snap. So you click this and it sends the request, and then the request goes into the database, and then now you could either accept it or deny it like any other social media platform. But this friends list is also unique because it affects on, what is it, the game list over here. Man, it's everything that I'm doing at once on this laptop. So please excuse me. Like this is unique because like now you can pull the games. Like this is really what I'm working on right now. It pulls the game list. It goes to your what games you have achievements for and what you don't have achievements for. Pulls them, and now we're here. I can see what friends you have. Oh snap! Look, this guy has one friend over here, and it's not working. But like I said, I had all this stuff working. I pulled a new database, and I wanted to play with this some more, and I've been testing it that way. What is it? I don't want to show this part, but Postman. Okay. Like it's gonna take a minute because this is the first time that I'm doing it. All this stuff has been off for a little bit, but yeah, like we got the message. Oh man, the badges already have been added for this user. Like, like I've been cooking on this stuff and I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I know that it doesn't seem like there's a lot of progress or me saying stuff, but this is a lot of complex things that are all going down. Um, yeah, like I'm not slowing down or by any means giving up on all this stuff. Like I said, I'm working on it in the back end, but in order for me to be able to completely like 100% say that I am finished with this, it's gonna take me a while. It's gonna take me a while, unfortunately. But I need all this stuff working. Um, I used to work at a software, or I used to work at a social media company doing all of this stuff. It is now harder because it's just me. I really don't have any help. I can't afford to pay people to help me on any of these endeavors. So I'm pretty much left at the mercy of my own self to get all this stuff done. But there is progress being made. Like I want to assure you that there is progress being made. Let's see. Unity. Cloud saves. Like I said, all this stuff is not finalized, so it is still, it is not all this. This is not live or anything like that. It's not, nobody can do to mess with it. Endpoints that you guys saw don't actually work. Where is it? Yeah, cloud saves. Yeah. Okay. Like, I have saved data. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, this is the thing. Like, I have actual people testing it, working on it, and I have a bunch of stuff done. Like, like it's playable. There's a couple more features that need to be added, but for the most part, yeah. Like, oh, I'm almost done. Like, I'm really almost at the finish line, and I promise you. But again, it's features that need to be added that are mostly now on my end that I'm trying to fix or trying to add, but it's one guy. Like, realistically, it's one guy doing all of this. And I know I don't need to. I know that I could probably do all of this and put it in cloud saves and then enable it later on and send it. But doing that is harder than it needs to be, and it shouldn't have to be. Or I could, by all means, because that part of it is working, allow you to pull that data, and then as you unlock achievements, start to knock them out within the game, and then later on show it on the website. I could do that, and you guys wouldn't be the wiser. But I ain't no bitch. And if I'm working on a feature, the feature needs to be complete. I'm not like most of these hack artists or, AAA studios, and yeah, I'm firing the first shot. Um, I'm not going to give you a game that is not going to be feature enriched and give you some subpar product, even if you guys don't like the game. I'm still not going to give a subpar product and then fix it along the way and then hope that for the best that it's 100% perfect. Because again, I know there's going to be problems. I don't have every single device in the world to fix stuff. And even playing on my own device, I find problems and I try to fix them. But I don't want these features to be broken, especially communicating with the server, because then it will be a lot harder to fix said problems. I want it to work, and I want it to work on the first time. Everything else can be fixed later or as they come along. And I hope that people understand. like I said, it's one guy in a small bedroom slash office doing all of this in his free time. I don't want to give the highest expectation, but I also want to be kind of realistic on what's going on. Um, like I said, there's a bunch of stuff that's actually working. Let me see if I'm gonna see if I could. I have so many things open at once that it's just like, because in order for me to play with the other website, I kind of, or to play with the test website, I gotta turn on features. Oh, that's why. Okay, I didn't put the right thing on. Okay, there you go. Like I said, I've been working on a bunch of stuff. I don't want people to think that like I'm just been stagnant and just sitting here. There was a little bit of brief time that I stopped working on everything because, you know, like I said, I have other stuff to worry about. Like I finally fixed my furnace. The last ice storm, I did not have a furnace here. Like I was using the, what is it? The little desktop heaters in my whole house. Like I had 3 of them and I kept them going because I couldn't afford to fix the furnace. And it's kind of rough, but you got to do what you got to do. I also was working on that project too. This one here. Ooh, I'm sorry. I thought there was more juice in there. Or more iced tea, because that's what I drink. Okay. Let me pull this up. But yeah, I even have, if you guys haven't actually gone to the main website, which is GhostszMusic.com, on the website itself, you can actually see the games. I haven't written any real articles because I've been mostly doing this and just fixing things. But on there, there's still some more features that need to be added. But by any means, if you go over there and you go into, what is it, the games tab in the nav unit, you can actually see the games that are there. Like, what is it? What is the name of it? The Lab is there, which is a game jam game that I worked on. I think that was 2020. Yeah, I think it was 2020. It was back when I actually worked as a electronics engineer. Yeah. And I worked on that for a little while, or I worked as that for a little while, and then yeah, I made that game based off of what I was doing there inside. But I really do need to write an article about it. I just haven't gotten to the time or put the related blog post about it. So when I work on World Defender right here, and I write an article about it, it'll automatically load it, so you can actually see the articles based off of it, and either go back to the game or go back to what you were reading or more articles about it. You see, there's a lot of features that need to get done, and I just haven't done yet. Like I think of these things, and then I start working on them, and then I'll either get pulled away or I'll have to do something else. But like I promise you, there's stuff going into the pipeline. It's just back and forth writing in 2 different languages about 2 different problem or things is just what's killing me right now. So go into settings. Oh man, it didn't pull my information. I think I was playing around with this, but you can actually log into the website and it will pull, or like right here, like right, you save that, boom, come back. I'm telling you, this is all saved in the cloud. Like, I also have to get it to the point where it when it saves this type of stuff, it checks if this name is actually usable. So if somebody else has this name, it will not allow you to keep this name. So you know exactly who you are. And then I needed to be able to change icons here. So, but yeah, it's saved in the cloud. So, boom, come back, boop, right there. The name I changed it to. I also, what was it? I did have Google Play enabled and working, but it doesn't work on here because we're not on an actual mobile device. But the website does work if you log into it, and it will actually pull your actual username and icon from the website. Story mode is still waiting. Do have my little animations here. Endless mode. Told you I got ships on ships, guys. Like, I'm not playing this. We got ships on ships. So, boom. See, look, boop. Game over. Oh, the screen didn't pop up. Oh, this broke. I don't know why. Oh, that sucks. That was working. And the high score actually saves. So, yeah, the screen's not working. I don't know what's going on. It actually has a high score screen. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on. No, I wanted this. Like I said, I was working on a bunch of stuff. Endless. Endless. Score manager. No, that's not it. Oh, I don't think it's enabling that. Oh. Because I don't see it. Yeah. I might have to debug this right here and here. Score manager. Yeah, score manager is the one that's causing it. Yeah, score screen is the one that's messed up. Okay. We're going to debug it right now. Because the score screen should be popping up. Where's levels? Yeah, levels. Unless. Yeah, it pops up right here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, because it just should be. Yeah. What is going on? Why is it breaking that prefab? Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I'll have to look at it, but it pops up this, so you can actually, after you lose your lives and it pops up, you can either continue, which is watch that one ad, or quit the game entirely. It goes back to the main menu. Like I said, I have it pretty much working, and it'll show what ranking you are and the leaderboard. That's the only part I haven't really worked on yet, but I have almost everything working. Like, yeah, at this point, I could basically release the game. But like I said, I don't want to. I don't want to half-ass it. Like, first impressions mean something to me, and I want to give you guys something complete, if that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like a proud father. Just my little baby. I got to make sure he's good. Gotta make sure he's good. This thing is fully downloaded, so give me 1 second. All right. Yeah, no, I don't want to update right now. Um, all right. Okay. Yeah, I love this USB. I don't really want to do that, but I'm gonna have to. So, like I said, I'm trying to make all this stuff do a thing. Okay. Yeah, that's true NAS. I don't need true NAS right now. Okay. That's utility. Oh, I had TrueMass built on this thing. Wow. I didn't even know that. No, yeah, I did. Because that's what I used to install this thing on. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, mouse. Gonna name that bootable. I should really make this thing into a thing so you guys can see it. But I also don't want you guys to see my personal information just in case. So for right now, we're gonna leave this the way it is. Okay, that's bootable. don't remember how to do bootables on this damn thing. Sweet salute. Let's open that thing up. Oh, I forgot that it's this stupid thing. Okay, cool. That's so fucking weird. So I finally got this thing kind of sort of working. So actually, you know what? I think I might just swap this and let you guys see what the hell's going on. So give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, I don't think it's gonna let me. I don't think it's gonna let me. Let's find out. Oh, there's something about it that don't. It does not like. It does not like that. Yeah. Oh, there he goes. Cool. Cool. it actually shows it now. You guys should be okay. You guys can see it now. Yeah. Okay, it's at 30%. It'll probably, knowing my luck, it'll probably be there forever. Yeah. We'll put this full screen. You guys don't need to see the rest of that. It'll probably have pictures of me that nobody sees flattering. Nah, I'm playing. I don't keep those type of things. I'm too private for all of that. I can assure you of that. I don't have the confidence. So, yeah. What is that? Ventura Avenue. Oh, okay, cool. It is doing Ventura. Okay. While this is working, let's talk more gaming shit. Or more stuff that pisses me off, I should say. Oh, come on. Oh, we're at 40% now. Okay, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Should be 100, but you know, we're getting closer. All right. Okay, we're gonna close that. Yep. I'll save that. Discard that. All right. I'm gonna swap this back to 1 so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, cool. Oh, now I remember. There was something that I needed to talk about. There's something that I really needed to get off of my chest. It's another thing that is close to home. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are not going to like what I'm going to say. It may be another hot take, but I can really give two shits because it affects everyone. So let me pull it up. Oh, come on. Okay, cool. Finally. Okay. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. If you know me, did I block this one? Pause on this thing. No, I did block it. Okay. I don't know why they got past the ad blocker, but whatever. They ain't really bothering me. Okay. Amazon. Let me take a breather before I jump into attack mode or whatever you guys want to call it. Amazon. I almost worked for you guys. Or I did interviews with them, I should say. I don't know if I was ever in the forerunning. I did 2 interviews with them. I know their interview process is gigantic, but Amazon. A couple weeks ago, you know, I had the conversation with you guys about AI and replacing jobs, right? Remember, I kept saying AI is nowhere near being able to replace jobs and we should not go for it. And there was a couple people in my comment section. Let me see if this thing pisses me off. like I said, the Bluetooth is absolutely abysmal on this keyboard. Um, it was one of the comments that I kind of refused to comment on because it kind of pissed me off. But you know what? I'm gonna address it. AI. I think I did address it. Yeah, I think I did. Sorry about this. I know I should have had this queued up, but I didn't think about it, and I was, yeah, I wasn't in my right mind. Like I said, I'm still pretty depressed about what was going on this weekend. For all that did not know, my dog passed away, or not passed away, but we had to euthanize my dog. It was yesterday morning, actually, and it has not been. It hasn't been a very good week. Been a very rough week, and what I should tell you guys: do not let your dogs, if you do have a dog and you take them out, make sure that they do not drink out of puddles. Um, I guess we took our dog out, and the dog may have drank out of. My property's not even by any stretch of the imagination. There are some parts where it heavily rains and it floods. We may have been walking back, not realizing that she took a sip out of it, but I doubt that that is what actually happened. Um, she may have drank out of one of the puddles, or, you know, like I said, I don't know. She may have, and yeah, yeah, that's what took her out. It's a rare disease that after that will shut down your kidneys and your liver function, and you will pass away. Um, it also does spread to humans. Um, it only uh, it only spreads by urine, as I was told. It only spreads by urine. So yeah, be safe out there. If you have animals, make sure to address any spots that may pool up with water. Um, if an animal that has it has urinated on your property or had it and urinated on your property, it will ingrain itself into the soil. And yeah, yeah. Like I said, I doubt that that's what actually happened, but her kidney functionality was pretty much gone. There was nothing else that we could do. Um, yeah, heavy medication and all that stuff like that did not fix any of it, and it wasn't getting any better. It was actually getting worse with as much medication as we were giving her. So yeah, yeah. 9-year-old Siberian Husky, guys. Not a fun day over here. Um, Sorry, I'm still trying to find this, but yeah, I don't know why I brought it up because um, there was one. Okay, I can't find it. Um, yeah, I can't find it. It was in one. Maybe somebody out there you'll see it eventually. Um, yeah, maybe you guys will see it eventually. It's in one of the shorts for the AI stuff where I was effectively saying that AI is not where it should be, and one of the people in the comment section was trying to fight with me on it, and I'm like, guys, it's not a thing. Like, AI is pretty fucking stupid. It's not where it should be to replace game developers or any sort of real life worker at this point. It's not a thing. But they wanted to fight me because they got one prompt, I guess, that was 100% correct, and yeah, different coding styles, different stuff. All it does is scan the internet and give you a possible answer. But you know what? I'm wrong about it. So, but AI, or most companies now are, we're finally getting to the point where they're admitting it. AI is here to replace the human worker. We're not. They're moving faster and faster to replace humans because software engineering is hard. That's why you pay software engineers the prices that you pay them. It's very hard, it's very complex. Minor things can break major things very quickly, and it takes more time trying to fix it and resolve these minor problems than than ever before because we have so many complex moving parts. This is why when I work on my game, it takes forever because I'm working on multiple different scenarios and stuff that could possibly break everything. So anything that I add or fix or anything like that, there's a possibility. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's a possibility that everything can go to shit. Years of code can be down the drain from one simple mistake, and it takes forever to problem solve this. And they think that AI will speed this stuff up. And to some extent, it does. I'm not gonna lie. It makes things a little bit faster. Like what is it? The thumbnails. I've been putting myself up against AI and to see what the results of that stuff is truly in the how it goes out. And right, which is still crazy because I usually win out. Um, like I'll show you guys right now. Right, this is nothing special. Right, I've been competing. I've been putting myself against AI over the last couple days or couple weeks. I just wanted to see. So I've been using, what is it, vidIQ to come up with thumbnails, and I've been putting my own thumbnails, the same ones that I've created for years, right? The same where it's all black, one person's on there, and then a bit of text. And I wanted to see if I was better than AI, right? Like this one, this is very hard to see, so it makes sense why it doesn't work. But there's certain ones that I'll put up every once in a while, and I'll get a couple hundred views. So now that stuff is going over, I wanted to see if I could beat AI, right? I wanted to see if I could actually do it. Some of the thumbnails, or maybe it's just the talk, right? This one was the only one out of all the tests that I ran, which is a month's worth of test, that I've won. Right? Even this one, we're getting to the finish line of that one. But over the last four, only one AI has actually beat me. So at a 25% success rate, it may be more when everything's all said and done. But for the most part, AI has not defeated me in thumbnail creation. You guys prefer my thumbnails over their thumbnails. It, it's just the truth. So there's been hundreds of videos online, right, that have proved that AI is not comparable to humans, right? Every human has a different coding style, right? If you've ever gone to Stack Overflow or you've gone to any sort of tech forums, coding is just like handwriting, right? Everybody has their own flavors, their own unique takes on it, their own way of writing stuff. When you go to AI, it's literally scouring the internet and pulling whatever the best results are for that set problem, and it will give you a mix match of everything, but it doesn't understand what context or how it's supposed to write it properly. So it will give one style for the first prompt. You put in another prompt, it gives another style of programming. Well, if you do this enough times, your code now looks like 50 people wrote it with no consistency within itself. So if you needed, let's say, one variable, so let's say like an integer, right? Just a number, a simple number, right? And this number needs to pass into every single bit of your code, right? You give it the first prompt and tell it, hey, I need it to move left and right. I need that integer to move either a negative number or a positive number, right? Something very, very simple. Well, it'll tell you that integer, let's name it Kevin, right? Just something simple. Well, then you tell it, hey, later on, let's say after a couple weeks, okay, yeah, I got it moving left and right. Okay, I wrote a bunch of more code. Okay, if you're not feeding it its code, the code that you're writing, and tell it, hey, I need it now to move up and down, it's going to tell you, remember, we didn't tell it that we already have an integer that moves left and right, which most developers don't. I need that integer now to move up and down. It's going to write you a new function, but it's going to write it as if, you didn't write it. Let's say I wrote it, and I'm going to name it Jake. So now you have two numbers, one Kevin, one Jake, in a sea of code that one, we kept the same identification for, like, let's say this, right? When it moves left and right, it is called Kevin. When it moves up and down, it is Jake. Okay? Now we have two names for it, Kevin and Jake, right? Now I write a bunch more code. Okay, well, now I need another reference to this, but I haven't said anything to it. And I need now this one to move this way, right? So Kevin and Jake, I need to move this way, right? And now it's going to call this Matthew, because why wouldn't it? It doesn't know what it's doing. So now it's telling Matthew can only move this way, right? So now we have Kevin, Jake, and Matthew for some stupid reason, because it doesn't understand context. And unless you fully like, hey, take this code and now move it into this decision or this movement, it's still going to write, it's still going to dump some code to you, but it's not going to understand the context of what you're doing. And it may write it and it may be functional, but it's sloppy. And now when you go to optimize the game or whatever program that you're writing, oh man, now it's time to optimize. Let me go through my code. It's been 4 months since I've gone through my code. And you're like, okay, well, I'm fixing Matthew. And now it moves like this quick. But why is Jake moving like this? What? I thought this was Matthew. I fixed Matthew. So why is Jake and Frank move, or Jake and Kevin moving in weird speeds? But Matthew moves in the speed I need it to move. You wrote it in 4 different coding styles. You got 50 different variables that are telling you what this is. So where's the benefit? So you're going to have to pay somebody like me or somebody like you more money to go through and fix these problems than it is to just have the same people just write it from the very beginning and not have any issues to begin with. But AI is supposed to be the revolution. It's supposed to be something that replaces the workers. But then the other context to this is that if you have AI replace all these people, who's going to buy the products? If people don't have money, who's going to buy the products? Who's paying for Amazon Prime if everyone's not working? And when one company does it, the rest start to do it. How many companies that do drive-throughs now pay what is it? I think it was Filipinos or people from Philippines or some Southeast Asian country, somewhere in that region. Now they pay them to operate drive-throughs. I've seen this a couple times. Let me see if I can find the video, because it was weird. Like the people are essentially doing the drive-through. Sorry, this keyboard is killing me right now, because it, like I said, the when you use the Bluetooth part of things, it doesn't really work that well. And I'm not trying to call out Asians at all or anybody. I'm just trying to say this. What is it? Remote drive workers. Oh man. Damn. There was that video that I saw that they were trying to do it and they were testing it in more places. It was one company that was testing remote drive-through workers. Damn, I don't remember what company it was, but it was like a McDonald's type of thing, and they were testing it. me see. Work from home as a drive-through employee. How remote blue collar work is catching on. They were testing it during the pandemic, and it was weird. They hired a call center, and it got revealed who it was because they accidentally turned the camera on. Yeah, here we go. Maybe not that. This thing. Here we go. I'm telling you, like this is crazy. There was a company, yeah, and it was Chick-fil-A. It was Chick-fil-A that did it, but it wasn't this one. There was another company that was doing it, and they wanted to see if remote work would actually work for drive-through, because you didn't really have to do anything. All you had to do was just show up on camera. But it was I don't remember what it was. It was like a Filipino or something that popped up, a Indian lady or something, and it was they were testing it, and it had popped up who it was because they had accidentally turned the camera on, and it showed that they were in a call center working, and I really wished I could find it, and it nobody noticed it, and I really wished I had saved it because I thought it was wild, and because of it, like, yeah, it was just it's wild. But this is where we're at. That now they want AI to be basically this. They want the replacement of workers because they think that it's better for everyone, but it's not, because who is earning the money at the end of the day? Who is actually paying for the products that now you're providing, because no one now has real income except the few elite from the top echelon. Like, come on, man. Like, and there's so many people in some of my comment section when I talk about AI that want to fight me on these type of things because that they think they know more than what's going on. And I'll admit it, I don't know fully everything that's going on. I don't really pay that close attention to AI, but it is affecting my field, and I kind of see where we're going. And that's because I work in corporate America, and I can see slowly how we're using it. Like, and I see the aggression as a programmer, just of how close we are with this. Like, even video games. How many times did a bunch of people complain that a couple companies were using AI in their video games, and they were stealing either artwork, music, or something else? Shit, even on places like TikTok, how we're arguing with Timberland because he has an AI artist, because they're saying, oh yeah, the AI, they're doing the grind while the normal people are not. Bro, everybody has a normal 9 to 5. I can give two shits about what you think. Everybody works on their 9 to 5. They're trying to grind as hard as they possibly can. Shit, I'm doing it here, grinding as hard as I can to try to make something out of nothing. But at the same time, if I had all the free time in the world, I don't know where I'd be. I guarantee I wouldn't be sitting in this in this little house over here. I guarantee I'd be sitting in some mansion somewhere. But like, this is what we're doing. Like, we're all fighting uphill against something that is stealing our stuff, repurposing it, and putting it up online and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm an original person. I did it." No, you did not. You just found a way to play the game, and no one is calling this stuff out. Like, it's ridiculous, because I guarantee that if they're testing this, how far are we from? And let me put this full screen, right? Damn, where's my mouse? Okay, there you go. Sorry, my mouse was on this screen, but I was watching it on a little preview. But all right, whatever. Um, how far are we from using AI to replicate phone calls? Right? Didn't Google show that a couple years ago that it actually had a fluid conversation? And there's been multiple times where I'll call a call center and it kind of sounds AI ish. Like what? Now we're gonna put an avatar and put like let's say you go to Wendy's and we got the little Wendy's girl and she's responding back to you animated because she's AI'd and now she is the one with an AI voice giving you your order because you only need a couple prompts. When I go through the drive-through, I'm gonna sit there. Hey, can I get a number two, minus let's say ketchup, large order, and a Sprite to drink, and it's guiding you through it. How hard is that to figure in with an AI? There's literally only like 10 choices, and I'm not gonna go in there. Hey, can I get a McPizza or something like that? Yeah, you can play the fool, but at some point it's gonna be like, you know what, I can't understand you, and prompt you to either somebody that's working there. But majority of the orders, you're only gonna go in there and you're gonna order what you need, and then that's about it. Be like, hey, do you need anything else? No, I don't need nothing else. Oh, you know what? Add a small frosty or something like that. Like this, not this difficult. So if you replace everybody through the drive-through, what's stopping you from replacing all the workers in the facility? Like, isn't McDonald's doing that right now with the kiosks? Like, yeah, here we go. See, like, see, see, this is the same kiosk that McDonald's has. Same kiosk, right? So you go in there, you pick whatever you need, no tomatoes, no nothing like that. It's the same thing as on the app. See? Yeah, here we go. Yeah. See? This is what I'm saying. Like we're using AI to make things a little bit better, but in all actuality, we're getting to the point where we're about to start replacing the actual worker. So if AI is doing all the work, who is the one getting paid? So if I come up and like let's say AI does 75% of the work, do I pay you 30% of the wage? Or do I pay you minimum wage, which hasn't gone up in decades? Hmm. Yeah. So even in this showcases this perfectly, right? So they still need this one young lady, right, to work to put everything together, right? But what they're not saying is they've removed everybody, right? Everybody. And they're only paying one salary, right? So we only got this one person. So if we pay her effectively, let's say $35,000 a year, right? So let's say I think that's like 13, $14 an hour. That's all effectively you're paying. You've made all of your money, or you spent all your money front up, right? Right at the front. So you bought all this stuff. There's physically no way that she can screw this up, because all she has to do is put a burger on the bun, cheese, whatever toppings, however you want it. You sped up all this time, but effectively, even in this article that they were trying to allude to, that if they can get to the point where they can replace her, they would. So if I bought a franchise, let's say McDonald's, right? And I spent $50,000 on that franchise, right? And I spent, uh, let's say, all in all, mm, let's say another 50,000. Let's just make this easy, right? So I spent $100,000, right? I've offloaded that up front, and that's all I need, minus $30,000 a year in expensive for the person. Yeah, you're making it off scot free at that point. You don't effectively have to pay anyone other than her salary. And she's like, well, everything's easier. And it may as well be. But now you have an argument of, do I need to pay her more? Because AI is doing more work. All she has to do is put this together. You keep her and a couple, two people in the front. But even that, you got those kiosks that put everything together. All she has to do is make it and bring it to the front and call out the number. Where is the franchisee in the loss here? That's what I want people to start thinking. Like, they're literally replacing everyone's job and nobody's saying anything about it. And that's the goal, is to replace everyone's job. Everyone's job. I don't like NBC, but they're effectively replacing everyone's job. It's not just like a cut and dry, like we're only replacing like a couple people out of the equation. No, we're effectively replacing everybody. So I pay less in wages, because that is always the bulk of everything. But when you actually go to the nitty gritty, it's about like 15% of all your total costs, unless you're an absolute, like, you're generous and you pay your people an actual livable wage. Then it starts to get up a little bit higher, but it's still about 20% of what you're spending if you're actually really good at what you do. Um, yeah, it's about 15 to 20% of your total revenue inside, and it looks like it may be a lot, but it really isn't, because yeah, yeah, this is where we're heading, where AI, manufacturing, robots, all that stuff is going to replace everybody in all aspects. It's just going to get to the point where we're going to have one person that runs it. Like, we're going to get to the point where shipping containers, right? This is one of the most skill intensive jobs ever. However, if I put a barcode on the top, just like that in that video, and it knows, hey, move this shipping container because I wrote it into its software, pick this shipping container, place it onto this conveyor belt. I have now that one person that goes in, moves all that stuff to whatever conveyor belt it needs. It already has, let's say, RFID tags. It knows exactly which container it needs to put it into. It sorts it. Those people move it on to the next container. That's pretty much it. Now you're effectively, instead of paying a whole bunch of people like a crane operator and all those other ones, we've effectively eliminated those to the point where now we're just moving back and forth different pieces, and nobody and everyone's like, hey man, my job's gotten easier. But you're effectively getting yourself out of a job. Elon Musk is doing it with AI trucks. I know those are not on the market yet, but those are coming. I know people that that bought a bunch of them and they haven't come to market yet, but as soon as they do, they're ready to start firing truck drivers. like like this is where we're heading, people, and I don't think anybody is like actually paying attention to this. This is where we're heading. I know that we got all the war stuff and all that other stuff going on, but this is where we're heading, where they don't want to pay people. We're fighting for wages that they don't want to pay. So what is the best way of getting rid of people? To replace people with stuff that doesn't complain, that doesn't argue. Every once in a while, you have to do some maintenance, but that is overall less than paying people yearly and having to worry about increasing wages. Because it's pennies to them, but they just don't want to pay it because they don't want that percentage to uptick. Like it, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just paranoid. But I see where this is going, and this is coming from somebody who's a technologist. Like, oh man, I'm a software engineer. I know what's going on. It's, we do this shit at work. Like my job is in manufacturing, and I see where it's going. And I don't know. I work in a manufacturing facility, and I see where it wants to go, and I see what they're trying to do. But yeah. What do I know? Okay. Okay. So it looks like that is now done. Okay. Now this is going to get weird for you guys because now I need... Okay. Like I said, this is going to get weird for you guys because now that screen is over there. Or, you know what? I'm going to keep this as the normal... Like, I'm going to keep this as the normal thing. Uh, I'm just trying to get all this stuff done. Let's go back to this. That is not connected to that. No, it's not. Okay, there you go. Good Lord. Okay. Yeah, we did all that. Using the on an app, you must be connected to the internet to do the installer. I mean, now I want this one to shut down. Go into this thing. Connect the bootable directory. And when it turns on, medically press and hold the options key. Release the options key when you see the dark showing from the bootable. Include the bootable. Okay. That seems pretty easy. I almost lost that. Yeah. Like I said, this is going to be a little interesting for you guys. I got so much shit on my desk, and I'm just trying to get this thing working. Like I said, it's for one of my coworkers. Little old guy. I like him. He's pretty chill. He helps me out a lot, so. There you go. It's okay. Okay, cool. It has now popped up on that screen. Oh, I didn't realize that we were still on that screen. Over there. Oh, come on. Okay, there you go. That one. Okay, cool. This is so like, this is why I really hate Macs. Just they overcomplicate things. Like, why do I need a Mac to create a bootable for my Mac? Because they disable the servers for previous operating systems. Like, Windows doesn't do that. Like, I can still download the ISO somewhere on the internet, and I don't have to create a bootable from a Mac device. It's like ridiculous. They like have like some sort of weird monopoly on everything. Like, my coworkers are actually very lucky that I have this damn thing and still have it, because I really wanted to get rid of this damn thing, or not get rid of it, but I've had it disconnected this whole entire time for this very reason. They overcomplicate things so damn much. And then I'm trying to get to the point where, because I have another thing that I need to work on, which I may work on. I'm not going to do it live streaming, obviously, but I do have a TrueNAS server in here. Like, I had servers out the wazoo. Like, my Raspberry Pi, I had turned into a Open Media Vault server, and I was actually using it remotely to see if it actually worked, and it does. Um, I have a through my router. I also had a remote server that I actually do use. Um, I have an actual server that I do need to get up and running at some point. I actually need to get that thing up and running, but um, what is it? Electricity is what's killing me on that one, and I need it to get what's it called? I need to I need to do a couple things before I can set it up. Like, I need to find a location for where I want to put the server. because I actually, from my job, they got rid of their old server rack and equipment and stuff like that. And generally, generally, this was all old. What was it? They all had an old server rack in there that someone custom built for them, and they were getting rid of it. They were literally about to throw it in a scrap heap. And I was like, "Hey, if you guys are getting rid of that, can I take it?" They're like, "Yeah, by all means, you help us out, take it." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I have like a custom full built server rack, and I have that server, but I need to figure out where in this house I can actually put one that I could just leave and and just have it work. What the hell? Like I said, I'm trying to get all this stuff working to the point where I could just plug and play. But sorry, I was working on these details. But like I said, I'm trying to get to the point where I can effectively have everything the way that I need it to work and the way that I want it to work. And it's gonna take some time to get all this stuff done, but it it's an uphill battle. Like if I ever get this channel monetized or one of my platforms monetized, I may be able to start working on that server, and I really want to make videos on it. Um, but in the meantime, I have that desktop that I really need to start doing something with. So I am going to make server related content, but using that bad boy. Like, I want to install Steam games on it and try to play them remotely. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do. Because if that actually works, yeah, it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a really, 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 really fun time. But yeah, I got a full Dell. Yeah, it's a Dell Power Edge 2950. And I know that the R11, I think it was, or the R7 or R11, one of them servers is more efficient than this one. But yeah, I got this one for like $25. I got a full server grade with all the hard drives intact for a couple dollars. Like, I'm not complaining. Okay. I think I need to hook this one to the actual network. Give me 1 second. Let me go grab a Ethernet cable. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I just gotta hook this bad boy up. fell off. I'm back. From under the desk land. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's going. Okay. We're going to install that. Like I said, these people make this thing so damn difficult. Looking for networks, joining networks. Like, it's so difficult with this damn thing. Like, why do we make this thing so difficult? Apple is such a waste of a company. Like, why? Like, this is how you know how stupid they are, right? Like, I have Ethernet hooked up, right? I got Ethernet, right? So, you know, gigabit internet. Why in the world does it have to use Wi-Fi if I have it hooked up to Ethernet? Why? That's the dumbest thing in the world. That I have to use Wi-Fi when I have gigabit Ethernet, and it's pulling a full gig. Because I test it all the time with this stuff. That's why you guys see me like sort of buttery smooth. Like, I got a 4K actual DSLR on there, but yet we're using Wi-Fi. Which is another thing that I want to do on this channel. I want to upgrade this office quite a bit. If I ever get monetized, that's probably the first thing that's going to happen. because there's a bunch of projects in the pipeline. Like I need to get a gigabit switch. Yeah, I want to have this whole entire house uh, Ethernet ran. Like I'm gonna run my own cat cables and just hook them up everywhere in the house. There's like, what is it? It's 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It's not relatively large, so I could do it. There's a bunch of projects outside that I'm working on. That's why I'm all sweaty. I've been working out there, trying to fix some stuff. I should take you guys out there so you guys can see what's going on. Because I guarantee there's no doxing here. If you guys knew where where I was at, you guys wouldn't want to come here, like at all. Like the air smells like dog food. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. But yeah. Oh, they got paint on the cable. Oh well, that's not my problem. It's not mine. It's not mine, so. Once I get this stuff done, then I can effectively work on other stuff. Like I also want to work on the game. I was planning on doing that today. But, you know, all things considered, we've we've talked about a bunch of stuff. We've done a bunch of stuff. So, yeah, these are fun times. Fun times. Okay. Hopefully I can get this taken care of and I don't have to worry too much about it. But knowing Apple probably has this whole thing screwed up to no end. So it's probably going to be a minute. Ooh. Did not mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. I was checking something on my phone and I went to the wrong screen. So let's see. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Install Mac OS. I'm gonna be very upset if this thing like actually fails once more. Because it got to the point where it actually had, what was it? It deleted the hard drive, and I have the bootable. Yeah. On this one. Okay. I'm gonna hop off here, guys.